Imagine this. The pre-dawn quiet of a village in Sharqiya, Egypt, back in 2015. It's still dark, very still.
Mm-hmm.
You might hear the first faint crow of a rooster way off somewhere. But inside one house, a large three-story place, the silence is just absolute, almost heavy.
Okay.
Then small sounds, a spoon clinking softly against glass, a careful pour, and then something else is added to the drink, something subtle, almost invisible.
Mm-hmm.
You can almost feel someone holding their breath. See that cold, unwavering look in their eyes in the dim light?
Right.
Mahmoud, the man of the house, he drinks his breakfast, completely unsuspecting.
Oh, no.
And the effect is immediate, swift, utterly final. No sound, no struggle, just stillness.
Wow.
Then the work begins, calculated, precise. His
Wow.
body is wrapped tightly in a rug, dragged across the floor, a soft, heavy thudding sound into the living room.
Chilling.
And the person responsible, they just step out of the house, back into the village as it starts to wake up. The door clicks shut, leaving this terrible secret behind.
Such a stark image to start with.
It really is. Okay, let's unpack this a bit. What you've just been dropped into is the chilling climax of what the police later called the Pincers case, Sharqiya, 2015.
Right.
It's just such cold calculation, isn't it? Especially in what seems like a domestic setting. What's your first take on that level of premeditation?
Well, it's fascinating and horrifying, obviously, but it really shows how seemingly, I guess, ordinary domestic disputes, things about money, family control,
Yeah.
when you mix those with these deep-seated desires, maybe a sense of injustice, real or perceived, it can just escalate into something truly monstrous. This isn't just a crime story, is it? It's really a deep dive into how envy, how that feeling of betrayal within a family can become so corrosive.
Absolutely. It shows how a desire for security, which is understandable,
Sure.
can twist into something much darker.
Yeah.
Like a need for absolute control, maybe even revenge.
Exactly.
So to really get how Mahmoud ended up wrapped in that rug like some discarded secret, we need to rewind. We're going back 8 years to 2007. We need to untangle this really complex web of family, ambition, and this fatal thirst for wealth that just slowly tightened around him.
So 2007, what's the scene?
All right, so picture Mahmoud. He's 27. His father died years ago when he was young.
Ah, okay.
And his mother and his sister became, well, the absolute center of his world. Hugely influential. He made no decisions, like none, without checking with them first.
Wow, that's intense.
Totally. It sounds like he was almost completely overshadowed by them.
Right, and the family itself.
They're well regarded, Quiet family, lived peacefully in the village. Their home was that big 3-story house we mentioned. Mahmoud was on the top floor, the third floor, his mother on the first, his sister on the second, living together but sort of separate.
Stacked on top of each other, almost literally.
Exactly. And Mahmoud had money. He'd inherited the house plus a share in agricultural land managed by his uncles. That brought in a steady income.
Okay, so financially secure.
Very. He also worked as a pharmacy assistant, but the inheritance was the main thing. Physically, maybe not a standout, but known as respectable and crucially wealthy.
And that wealth, it acts like a magnet, doesn't it?
It really did. Because around this time, 2007, Mahmoud decides to marry Fatimah. She's a neighbor known for being beautiful.
Okay.
Apparently, lots of young men wanted to marry her. Her family was described as kind, simple folk.
And Mahmoud's mother and sister, given their influence.
Surprisingly, they approved. They saw her beauty, her respectable family, and maybe, looking at their son through rose-tinted glasses, they felt he deserved someone beautiful, a match for his status.
Interesting. And Fatimah's side, what were her motivations?
Pretty clear, actually. Mahmoud was rich. That guaranteed her future, the house, the land. These were major assets, security for life.
So less about love, more about practicality or ambition.
It seems that way. For Fatimah, the financial security seemed to be the main thing.
Right. So this raises that classic question, doesn't it? What happens when financial security is the main driver for getting married? Especially when one partner, Mahmoud in this case, already has these incredibly strong family ties.
Yeah.
Fatimah was apparently quite upfront about her ambitions. She saw his wealth as her way up, her security. But even so, you can just see the seeds of conflict being sown right there, especially with Mahmoud's very dominant mother and sister already so deeply involved in his life.
It was a ticking clock, really.
Like a clash waiting to happen.
And happen it did.
Yeah.
Almost immediately after the wedding, friction just ignited.
Absolutely.
Fatimah moves into the third-floor apartment, Mahmoud's apartment. But it wasn't really hers. His mother and sister had decorated and furnished the whole place. completely to their taste, their justification. They knew Mahmoud best, what he liked, what he didn't.
Wow. That's controlling. An immediate statement of ownership, really.
Totally. But the real shocker came soon after. Fatimah discovered they had duplicate keys to her apartment. Yes. And they used them. They just let themselves in whenever they pleased, do whatever they wanted. Zero privacy. Constant presence.
That's unbelievable. How did she react?
Surprisingly, perhaps, she kept quiet. Strategic silence. She was calculating, maybe planning to build her position first and do it until she felt more secure.
Planning her own long game.
Seems like it. Her focus stayed laser sharp on the inheritance. The house, the land, the money. That was the prize.
Okay. So, time passes.
A year goes by, and the son is born.
A child. That often changes the dynamic.
For Fatimah, it brought a sense of security about the inheritance her son would inherit from Mahmoud.
Right. Legally, yes.
But it also brought new problems, or rather, intensified the old ones.
A mother and sister.
Exactly. Now they had a grandchild to fuss over. They started interfering massively in raising the child, extending their control,
Of course. And Mahmoud, what was his role in all this?
Passive. Tragically passive. He just avoided conflict at all costs. Wanted peace, or maybe just quiet.
Yeah, but peace at what price?
Right. You go to his pharmacy job, come back, and basically ignore the rising tension, the suffocating atmosphere in his own home. It's kind of baffling, isn't it?
It is. But if we step back and look at the pattern,
Yeah.
it's a clear pattern of control, of encroachment. Mahmoud's passivity, maybe he thought it was keeping the peace, but it actually fueled the conflict. It left a vacuum.
Which his mother and sister rushed to fill.
Precisely. And that left Fatimah feeling more and more trapped, powerless, like her whole life, even her own apartment, was being run by others.
It's a pressure cooker situation, that kind of suffocating family dynamic, even if well-intentioned, maybe.
Mahmoud just didn't set any boundaries, so it just festered.
So after 3 years of this, Fatimah hit her limit. She realized she has zero control, no rights, no real say in anything.
I can imagine. What does she do?
She started trying to break free, desperately. First, she tried to convince Mahmoud, sell the apartment, maybe even the whole house, buy a new place, crucially, in their son's name.
A bold move.
Yeah.
Trying to secure independence and the assets.
Very bold, but predictable outcome. Mother and sister shot it down instantly. No way.
Okay, plan B.
Plan B. She suggested Mahmoud sell part of his inherited land, use the money to start his own business, get away from the pharmacy job.
Gain some financial independence from the family structure.
Right. And her underlying hope probably was that she could control this new business.
Makes sense. Did it work?
Nope. Same result. Mother and sister vetoed it. Their influence was just absolute.
And they must have sensed what she was trying to do.
Oh, yeah. The mother especially. She sensed Fatimah trying to pull Mahmoud away, create distance. So she retaliated.
How?
By scrutinizing Fatimah constantly. Her cleaning, her cooking, her clothes, everything became a target for criticism. Non-stop nitpicking.
Making her life miserable.
Exactly. Fatimah finally realized this relationship, this marriage, is broken beyond repair. She wasn't just an outsider, she was the enemy now, a target.
And Mahmoud himself, was he oblivious?
Not entirely. Around this time, he started getting suspicious too. He apparently told people he felt treachery in Fatimah's eyes.
Ooh.
Yeah. He started fearing she'd betray him if she ever got control of his assets.
And I bet his mother and sister were feeding that fear.
Constantly. Whispering in his ear day in, day out, Fatimah's not good, don't trust her. That sort of thing.
So the whole situation was just poisoned.
Completely. Which led to the inevitable divorce in 2011.
Right.
Fatimah took her son, went back to her family's home. She was reeling, obviously. But then came the real blow. The shock wasn't just the divorce. It was discovering what Mahmoud had done with the apartment.
The one they lived in?
Yes. He'd transferred the ownership, essentially signed it over to his mother.
Whoa. Why?
Fatimah believed it was a clear, calculated move specifically to stop their son from inheriting it.
That's incredibly harsh, cutting out his own son.
Fatimah felt utterly, completely betrayed. She was convinced her in-laws were the real reason for the divorce, that they'd orchestrated her removal.
Well, they certainly played a huge role.
Right. She felt she'd walked away with nothing, zero gain from years of misery. And this burning desire ignited in her. Revenge. She had to get her right, her due, by any means possible.
That feeling of injustice can be incredibly powerful. Dangerous, even.
Definitely. So fast forward 6 months after the divorce, Mahmoud's still at the pharmacy, and he meets someone new, Ilham.
Okay. Who's Ilham?
She worked there too, as a cleaner. Also divorced, no kids. Mahmoud found her attractive, decided pretty quickly to marry her.
And her motivations?
Eerily similar to Fatimah's, actually. She saw Mahmoud as rich, a provider, stability.
History repeating itself?
Pretty much. Ilham had also heard the village talk, the story that Fatimah was not good, that she was the reason the first marriage failed.
So Ilham bought the narrative?
Seems like it. And like Fatimah, her primary focus was the wealth, securing her future through him.
And the mother and sister, what do they think of wife number 2?
They proved again. They were probably glad Mahmoud was moving on. Maybe saw it as a way to show Fatimah he was still desirable, still a catch. A bit petty, perhaps.
Perhaps. So early 2012, the second marriage begins.
Yes. And guess where they moved?
Oh, no. Don't tell me.
The same third-floor apartment. Same furniture. Yeah, everything exactly the same.
It's like a ghost of the first marriage. Unbelievable.
But Ilham was different from Fatimah, at least initially. Smarter in her approach, maybe?
How so?
She worked hard to cultivate an excellent relationship with the mother and sister, played nice, endured their interference, their meddling, all with her eye on the prize.
Playing the long game? More patient than Fatimah?
Exactly. But then a major obstacle appeared, a huge one for her plans.
What is that?
Ilham discovered she had fertility issues. It would be very difficult, maybe impossible, for her to have a child with Mahmoud.
And a child, specifically a son, was often seen as the key to securing inheritance and status.
Precisely. This was a massive blow. How could she secure her rights, her share of the inheritance, without a son to anchor her claim?
What did Mahmoud do?
Typical Mahmoud. Promised to take her to a doctor, see what could be done, but he kept putting it off, procrastinating.
Avoiding the issue.
As always. Ilham, for her part, kept quiet about it. For now. Biding her time.
Okay, this is where it gets really, really interesting, doesn't it?
How so?
Because Ilham's situation, even though she played nice initially, it mirrors Fatimah's. Both women, drawn by the wealth, find their plans blocked by the same controlling family. And now Ilham's inability to conceive creates this similar desperation, this lack of leverage that Fatimah felt.
It puts them both in this precarious spot.
Yeah.
Vulnerable, maybe open to, well, drastic measures.
It's this recurring pattern, isn't it? Women drawn to the money only to find themselves trapped by the exact same controlling dynamic.
And over time, Ilham started seeing things more clearly.
What happened?
She learned that Fatimah, the ex-wife, had filed a lawsuit against Mahmoud for failing to provide child support for their son.
Okay, so reality starts creeping in.
Right. And even though the mother and sister kept bad-mouthing Fatimah, constantly saying how terrible she was, Ilham, living in that house, seeing the dynamics firsthand, day after day, she started to suspect Fatimah hadn't been treated fairly at all.
The pieces started fitting together from the inside.
Exactly. As more time passed, Ilham came to a stark realization. She wasn't going to gain anything here. The mother and sister would always control Mahmoud, and she still didn't have a child.
The calculation wasn't adding up for her.
Not at all. She started asking herself that gnawing question. What have I actually gained from all this?
And meanwhile, Fatimah is out there somewhere.
Out there, thinking the exact same thing, just from a different angle. Unbeknownst to each other at first.
Wow.
Fatimah, back at her parents' place, she's also plotting how to get her rights, her son's rights, by force if she has to.
She needed leverage, an inside track.
Precisely. She needed someone she could trust inside Mahmoud's house. Someone with the same or similar motivations.
Ilham, the current wife. The other trapped woman.
Ilham was the obvious choice. But how do you even approach someone with what Fatimah was probably thinking?
It's incredibly risky.
So Fatimah started watching her, meticulously observing Ilham's routines. When she went to the market, how long she stayed out, gathering intelligence.
Setting the stage for a very dangerous meeting.
And then, early 2014, it happened. The fateful first meeting. Fatimah just waited for Ilham one day, intercepted her, asked if they could talk.
What must that conversation have been like?
Intense, I imagine. They sat down, and despite being rivals in a way, there was this shared understanding, shared desperation.
A common enemy.
Exactly. Both women shared that burning greed for Mahmoud's inheritance, yes, but also this deep desire for revenge against his mother and sister. They wanted to break their hearts.
Wow, that's potent.
Fatimah told her story, painting herself as the victim, obviously. Ilham listened, and she saw herself, recognized her own situation, lured by money, now trapped, gaining nothing.
A bond formed over shared grievance.
They agreed to be friends, in secret. Fatimah, still cautious, didn't reveal her full plan yet. She needed to build that trust first.
It's that classic enemy of my enemy is my friend scenario, isn't it? Taken to a terrifying extreme.
Absolutely. Their individual anger, their shared feeling of being oppressed by Mahmoud's family, it forged this unlikely and ultimately truly deadly alliance.
That trust-building phase is so critical, isn't it? It just highlights the cunning, the careful planning that was already underway.
And the shared sense of victimhood. That must have resonated deeply.
No doubt. It gave them common ground.
What's remarkable is how quickly Ilham committed.
Really?
She went home after that first meeting, and apparently it just cemented her own desire for revenge. She wanted to break the in-laws' hearts just as much, maybe even more, than Fatimah did.
Fatimah maybe didn't realize how vengeful Ilham truly was.
Possibly not, because the very next day, Ilham messaged Fatimah, "Let's meet again. I need to know the plan."
Whoa, no hesitation.
None. An hour later, they met again.
And this time, Fatimah laid it out.
The first part, yes. A chilling, calculated plan. Phase 1. Ilham had to dramatically improve her relationship with Mahmoud, make it look like they were deeply in love, stronger than ever.
Okay. Build facade.
Simultaneously, she had to manufacture conflict, pick fights with neighbors, accuse them of harassing her, saying inappropriate things to her.
Why?
So it would look like Mahmoud was fiercely defending his wife's honor, fighting for her.
Creating a narrative, making him look jealous, protective.
Exactly. And Ilham, driven by her own vengeance, she went above and beyond, started 2 separate conflicts, made Mahmoud physically fight 2 different neighbors.
Solidifying that public image.
Phase 2. Once that was done, Ilham was to tell Mahmoud she'd found rats in the house.
Rats.
6-year-old rats. She needed strong poison, she'd say. And since Mahmoud worked at the pharmacy.
The owner would trust him, give him a powerful poison, no questions asked.
Precisely. Ilham's instructions were, get the poison, keep it safe, and wait.
No rats. Just poison.
Just poison. They agreed again. Keep the alliance totally secret.
So did Ilham do it?
She did. A month passed. To the outside world, Mahmoud and Ilham looked like a strong, happy couple. Then Ilham contacted Fatimah.
Message received.
Message received. Phase 1 and 2 complete. I have the poison. I'm ready. Now tell me the rest, and tell me exactly what's in it for me.
Demanding her share. Okay.
This is where, as you said, it gets really dark. The groundwork is laid. The manipulation is done. Now the full horror comes out.
The meticulous planning, the coldness of it all. It's staggering. Using his own protective instincts against him like that?
It really is. It shows how far that sense of being wronged, mixed with that financial desperation, pushed them.
So what was the full plan?
Fatimah revealed it. Simple. Brutal.
Yeah.
They would murder Mahmoud, then hide his body.
And the blame.
Would fall squarely on those neighbors, the ones Mahmoud had just publicly fought with, supposedly over Ilham.
The perfect scapegoats.
They believed so. They thought the case would probably go cold, remain unsolved, leaving both women totally above suspicion and free.
And the benefits. What was the payout?
For Fatimah, Mahmoud's son inherits everything. Crucially, Fatimah had found out Mahmoud was planning to sign his share of the land over to his mother.
Disinheriting his son again. Just like with the apartment.
Exactly. So the murder would guarantee the son inherits what Fatimah felt was rightfully his.
And Ilham's cut.
Fatimah promised her cash. Money from the son's inheritance once it came through. Plus, for Ilham, that deep satisfaction of shattering the in-laws' hearts, that was a huge motivator for her.
Revenge and profit. A deadly combination.
They even picked a specific day. They knew Mahmoud's sister usually traveled to visit relatives that day.
Leaving the house emptier. Less chance of witnesses.
Right. Only the elderly mother would be home, probably on the first floor, less likely to notice anything unusual upstairs.
Okay. So the day arrives.
The day arrives. Ilham wakes up early. She prepares breakfast for Mahmoud, and she prepares that fatal glass of juice, adding the entire vial of poison.
Just like that.
Just like that. He drinks it, collapses. She wraps his body in the rug, drags it into the living room, all according to plan.
Ready for disposal.
She then leaves the apartment, acting normally like she's just popping out to the market. Fatimah's waiting outside, nearby, with a sack. The plan is to take the body to the canal.
Everything seems to be going exactly as planned. Too perfectly, almost.
And that's when the unexpected happens, the complication.
What?
As Ilham exits the main door of the house, she literally runs into Mahmoud's sister.
The sister? But she was supposed to be traveling?
Apparently, the sister had made a secret arrangement with Mahmoud to travel together that morning, something Ilham knew absolutely nothing about.
Oh my God, a hidden detail.
The sister sees Ilham alone. Mahmoud isn't with her. She immediately asks, "Where's Mahmoud?"
Ilham must have panicked.
She looked agitated despite trying to stay composed. She lied quickly, said Mahmoud came home late, wasn't feeling well, decided not to go to work after all. She was just off to the market to get food to make him a nice meal.
A plausible lie, maybe, but under scrutiny.
Exactly. And it just raises that point again, doesn't it? How even the most meticulous plans fall apart because of one unforeseen human element, one tiny change in routine.
It's always the unpredictable human factor, that chance encounter, that secret plan. It unravels everything.
The sister wasn't entirely convinced. Ilham's story, her demeanor, something felt off.
Her intuition screaming.
Right. She waited downstairs for about half an hour. Her suspicion just grew and grew. That cold dread started setting in.
What did she do?
She acted on her gut, took out her own key to Mahmoud's apartment. Remember, the family all had access, and went upstairs.
Oh, no.
She walks into the apartment, and she sees it. The rolled-up rug in the middle of the living room.
She knew.
As she got closer, the horrifying realization hit her. Her brother was inside, dead. Her screams just filled the house, the street. Neighbors came running. The authorities were called immediately.
The whole plan just collapsed in an instant.
Completely shattered. Ilham, meanwhile, after leaving the house and seeing the sister she'd called Fatimah, frantically explained the disaster. They both decided to flee.
Too late.
Way too late. The police arrived, investigated. Ilham was quickly identified as the prime suspect. She was arrested.
Did she confess?
Under interrogation, yes.
Yeah.
She confessed everything, spilled the entire story, which led the police straight to Fatimah.
And Fatimah was arrested too.
Yes. The investigation confirmed everything Ilham said. Fatimah was the mastermind, the planner. Ilham was the executor, the one who delivered the poison.
And the sentence.
Both women were sentenced to death.
Wow. What a chilling end. This story is just such a stark reminder, isn't it? The devastating consequences when greed, when that sense of entitlement just festers and boils over into revenge.
It really is.
And what's insightful, I think, is how Mahmoud's family, maybe trying to protect him, maybe just wanting control, they inadvertently created the very desperation, the very environment that pushed these two women towards conspiracy and murder.
It makes you ask, when does caring become suffocation?
Mm-hmm.
And what happens when people feel so suffocated, so trapped, they see no other way out?
Exactly. It's a terrible tragedy, and it really highlights how those family dynamics, even if the intentions started out okay, can create an environment where these desperate measures start to feel like the only option for people who feel powerless.
And ultimately, it's Mahmoud who paid the price. And perhaps even more tragically, his young son, caught in this toxic mess of greed and resentment.
He loses his father, and his mother is sentenced to death. Just devastating.
So thinking about all this, what does it mean for you listening? This deep dive into the Pincers case really forces us to wonder, where is that line? The line between asserting your rights, demanding what you feel you're owed, and then tipping over into those darkest impulses when you face injustice, or just overwhelming family control. What stands out to you as the core lesson from this really chilling sequence of events?
And maybe how could different boundaries, different choices by anyone involved have changed this whole tragic trajectory? Something to really think about.